Hello, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. For the second time, I'm recording this.
Can see now.
Yeah, I forgot to share the screen.
We're good at our
Whoops.
jobs.
Brilliant. We're back at the picture, and let's see. Wouldn't a intriguing person? We were talking to Rin, right?
I think so. Yeah. The lady who eats with her feet.
Eats with her feet.
That's probably the most disgusting sentence I've ever said.
It's true. From inside, I hear a muffled sing-song voice.
I heard that. Oh, that's Rin. I don't know why I was.
A voice.
Yeah. I heard that.
Ah!
Oh God. What's he here?
Why is she so close?
I don't know.
I jump at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had not heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. You didn't hear her approaching, and she's like right in his face. How? Somehow she had gotten to jumping distance of me without making a sound. Creepy. It briefly reminds me of Kenji's nutty theory about a global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed that thought aside. Oh, look who's there also, of course. Shizune, standing slightly behind Misha, looks aloof as she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention. But Misha is visibly excited.
No, wait. More importantly, who is in there? There's no club meetings today.
She just curiously peeked past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anyway. What are you doing here?
You took so long that we had to come check what's wrong. That's no good, Hichan.
Avoid me? She wags her finger at me scoldingly.
I found plywood, but everything else is still missing because you are tardy.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we were actually trying to work with them to do something.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I got the things here. I was just going to bring them.
I think you were up to some mischief, Hichan. Who was in there with you, I wonder?
None of your business, jeez. Misha signs. She's acting like my mom or something.
I would hate it if that was my mother. Oh God.
Misha signs something quickly to Shizune, pointing at her own ear a couple of times. Shizune immediately pushes her way past me and opens the door into the classroom I just left. I can only imagine the shock she's experiencing. With Shizune's diligence and attitude, the insolence of daring to deface school property by sleeping on top of it must be too much to bear. And indeed, she stares at Rin, frozen in place apart from the slight but noticeable trembling of her shoulders, from suppressing rage, I'm sure. Instead of blowing up, Shizune takes a few deep breaths, adjusts her glasses, and slams the door shut, turning to sign furiously at Misha.
She's pissed.
She's pissed, but she looks so cute.
That's the power of anime.
Yeah. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. Didn't blow up. She shoots a very loaded stare at me too, as if it was somehow my fault that Rin is sleeping on one of the tables. I hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of my tardiness.
Hello?
Rin's voice comes from the other side of the door, and it takes a few eye blinks to realize she might have trouble opening it. Oh yeah. Open the door to find Rin directly behind it, looking at us with a half-interested, half-sleepy face. Isn't that what she always looks like?
Kinda, yeah. She does kind of always look tired.
Or just, like, uninterested?
Yeah. Miss Tezuka, what do you think you are doing? You are absolutely not permitted to use school property for such a disgraceful activity.
Sleeping?
It sure is suddenly very crowded in here. I didn't know I was this popular.
Hard to say whether she's happy or unhappy about this turn of events. At any rate, she ignores Shizune and Misha's scolding, so they have no choice but to drop the issue.
Alright, that's convenient, I guess.
Shizune taps Misha's shoulder, points at Rin, and makes some quick signs.
I wish I could just not answer questions and get away with crime.
Away with crime?
Yes, crime. That's an over exaggeration. But I wish I could just not answer questions and get away with stuff.
That's just her attitude.
Yeah.
It works somehow.
Popularity aside, please don't do that anymore. Anyway, how is your project going? Will it be done for the festival?
Rin looks at them blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure of Shizune's cold stare it's putting on her.
I keep wondering about that myself, too. And we'll think about it harder.
As Misha signs her reply to Shizune's, her face turns into an unsatisfied frown.
Miss Tezuka, please try to take this seriously. It'll be a disaster if the wall looks like someone threw up their lunch onto it.
Rin nods assertively.
We'll think more seriously.
Misha actually giggles at that, but Shizune doesn't, not even after translation. Rin is someone I'd like to be friends with.
I think we may have passed up her route, but we could still be friends with her.
I said friends.
Yeah. If you go with Emmy, Rin is more around.
Just shakes her head, takes the materials from me, and takes off with Misha in tow. Rin frowns thoughtfully as she looks after the retreating student council duo.
How rude. It's true, though. I must finish my project before the weekend. There will be dire consequences if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like weekends usually are, but more dire.
That was interesting. There was more text in the same bubble.
Much more dire. Yeah, like it actually made you pause, or rather me pause.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future.
I'm about to ask what projects she has and what are these apocalyptic consequences, but she walks back into the art classroom.
Since you have nothing to do, would you give me a hand? This paint can doesn't fit into my bag, but I need it.
She kicks lightly at a huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting and sleeping on. Lets out a dull clang. Being the gentleman I am, I naturally pick it up. Heavy. Yeah, sure. Where do you need to take it?
Away.
Okay. Hopeful.
Thanks. Thanks.
And with that, she takes off to the hallway, me and the paint can following since there's a little choice for either of us. Paint can reminds me of Stray. Knocking over paint cans, and that is fun.
Let's knock over everything.
You're a cat.
Yep, that's because that's what cats. Although that's not really what your cats do.
No, they just kind of lay down.
I know, it's amazing.
They don't do much of anything really.
Can I still have Wedge?
What's that? Can you?
When I was there, you offered Wedge to me.
Oh.
It was a joke, but
Sorry. He's too lazy to move out there with you.
it's okay.
The hallway is quiet and empty now, with Shizune and Misha gone. So we too leave towards the stairwell and at the other end. Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps, jeez. And 10
So
or
every
15 or 20
so every 5 or so.
or 30
Anything
or
divisible
40.
by 5.
I have to change the can from one hand to the other because the thin handle cuts into my palm. At least it keeps my arms from tiring too fast. Rin strolls on beside me with an uneven pace that I have trouble matching. Or maybe I am walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast. I can't figure out which. 2 flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and his fox-like Rin. That's what they call that?
I guess so. Also, hi? Ah, Mr. Nakai, what a happy coincidence. Tezuka too, of course.
He nods courteously to Rin, who does not acknowledge him back, then turns to me. Geez, man, she's kind of rude, huh?
This is the person you want to be friends with?
I don't know, she's got attitude. I guess it would be interesting to be around her, you know?
Alright, fair enough.
Then turns to me because obviously it's me who had some business with. He had some business with.
There's something I forgot to mention on Monday.
I nod and wait impassively because I can't even begin to guess what he forgot. The feeling of the handle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel enthusiastic about this interruption either.
Put down the paint can.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking. Put down the paint can.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. It's about your medications. Since you haven't been that long on your current medications, there might be some unexpected side effects, which might require adjusting dosages or even changing to another kind of medication. So we will do a few tests regularly, but what I want is for you to keep an eye on everything in your condition that feels off, if you get what I mean. Nausea, headache, anything. And come see me if something happens.
Is this important?
I don't know.
All right.
So, how are you? Everything fine?
You're interrupting things.
You're interrupting my outing with this rude lady.
Yeah, jeez. I gave up and dropped the can to the floor before answering him. Apparently this
Good
takes
job.
longer than my biceps can handle. I'm about to say something generic as an answer, but then I realize how often I've done that lately. Other people have asked me that too. Teachers and students here. My parents, visitors, nurses, doctors at the hospital. Everyone seems to be concerned about that. It's natural for a hospital, not so much for school. Except this school. This is a small school, and both the student base and the faculty seem to be very tightly knit. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. This is not the kind of school that gets transfer students too often. The thought sends shiver down my spine, but I give a generic answer anyway. That's my answer. ...
It's whatever, dude. That's great. Also, one other thing. My sources tell me that you've been at neither the school track nor even the pool. So I'd like to know if you have taken up exercising as I asked.
Of course I haven't, but his way of inquiring gives me the feeling that I should have been running my ass off on the track since the very first day. I haven't really had time to do any of that stuff. Do you have people spying on me?
Not as such, I just happen to know a few people, but that's not the issue here, so don't try to slip out of it.
Hey, they haven't given me the option to, so maybe if I hang out with Emmy more, I'll do more activity or something. I don't know. Well, I was actually just doing some improvised weightlifting as an exercise. I could save. I pick up and lift the can up and down a few times like some sad imitation of a bodybuilder, even though it's weighing down on my arms painfully.
Good God, dude, it's a paint can.
It's full.
Okay, it can't be more than like 10 pounds.
That's a lot to a kid that doesn't work out.
I guess.
You've seen those 10-pound weights people use. It's more about reps, Joe.
Yeah.
The stupid grin disappears from his face and for a second then comes back like it was never gone.
Zuko, would you give us a second?
Okay, goodbye.
Nice.
The nurse grabs me by the shoulder without waiting for Rin's permission, which he didn't need in the first place, and drags me aside.
When I told you to exercise, I wasn't joking.
It's the first time we've gotten a serious face out of this guy.
Yeah. I understand that you're still in your first week and all, but please don't ignore the importance of this. The reason I'm coming down this hard on you is that habits are not easy to form. The more you slip and postpone, the harder it'll be. It's the same with everything like dieting. Can you promise me to be more serious about this from now on?
I need to save it.
You should save. You should save. Okay, so
Maybe?
I'm
guessing yes.
if you want to hang out more with Amy, it says to do yes. If you want to, Rin will obviously be with Emmy, but I'm not sure if you can technically go down the Rin path right now. So if you pick maybe, you might just get a bad ending.
So yes.
If you pick yes, you can go down the Emmy route. Hold on. It's your choice for Lily and your choice for Hanako. So I would just do yes, because I think we're out of the Rin path anyways, and choosing yes keeps the Emmy, Lily, and Hanako route open.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I promise, definitely. He studies me for a moment and then shrugs, smiling again. I like Emmy, but I haven't really had that much interaction with her so far, so...
Yeah, and on all the... For Emmy, it says yes, and then for Hanako, it says your choice, exercise, and then follow a subset. And then same with Lily. I'm just running through this because it's been forever since I played this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was gonna say, well, we played it last week, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's been forever since I was like, I gotta get all the endings. Right. Okay, that's more like it. If you go to the school track tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy, who probably has no qualms offering consultation to you if you want to jog a bit.
Emmy's a spy.
I'm glad that you can figure that out.
Consultation?
See you around.
He's a weird dude.
I like the nurse, honestly.
Oh yeah, I like him. Weird doesn't mean bad.
Yeah.
He leaves with a wave of his hand and no answer, and I walk to Rin, who has been waiting idly, leaning against the hallway wall and staring at the pale light fixtures in the ceiling. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eyes off them.
Are you getting medications for your heart thingy?
I'm gonna stop there. So, we will continue this very soon. But for now, goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you for joining us.